All right, so this is something that I actually posted on my YouTube channel in my story or whatever. I made a post about it. Y'all got to check that out because I'll be posting stuff up just like the type of content you see people post up on Instagram. I posted on my community feed, so make sure y'all tapping into that as well. But a lot of people had an issue, and I ain't gonna say necessarily a lot of people had an issue, but I mean people commented, people spoke on a tweet that Fredo Bang made about Lil Durk. Now, Fredo Bang has been catching a lot of backlash since him and Durk teamed up and did Top. Now, a lot of people called it clicking up. They said that he was clicking up with Lil Durk because now that they shared the same op. Fredo Bang and NBA YoungBoy, they've been going at it for quite some time now on songs as well as just subliminally talking about each other on social media and sometimes just flat out just addressing each other. Um, Again, this is a Baton Rouge thing. So Fredo Bang took to his Twitter feed and he actually, spoke on this. And what he said was in the initial tweet. Let me get that over here for y'all. The initial tweet said, "Here it is. I'm gonna blow it up. If at Lil Durk say F you, I feel the same way." Now, as you see, people in the comments is, talking about it. Um, and a lot of people, posting YB in his, in the retweets, quoting the tweet or whatever. Like I said, this is what the conversation is really about. Let's just be all the way honest. The conversation is about his issue with YB, Durk's issue with YB, and now that he says this about Durk, basically people are saying or pointing to the fact that they share the same op. Now, people immediately got on his head about it and said that he was riding Lil Durk. Like, he doing the most over Lil Durk. People felt that it was strange. Like I said, I ended up posting on my community feed of my channel, and I asked a simple question. I brought it to people's attention. Like, I want to know if people really felt this way. Like, how was my audience feeling about this? How did my audience take what people were saying? And a few people that did respond to it kind of said, similar things. Like, I got a couple comments that I'll show y'all real quick. And we had a couple people, 3 comments on here, but people said, he definitely is. Other person said he's definitely DK riding. And somebody else said that that's obvious. So apparently, a few of those people felt the same way. And I'm pretty sure it was an even bigger conversation about it on Instagram or Twitter or whatever social media platforms that it was being discussed on. So he felt the need to go ahead and address this, and he did it on his Twitter page. Now on Twitter, he actually would say, "I tweeted about other rappers and y'all hurt about one." Now, he did talk about other rappers. He talked about how Lil Baby cleared the verse for him, even after the label played games. He also said, Mozzie the Movement showed me nothing but love, even though we've met in person. He also talked about Polo G. He said that he was a solid individual. He said Pooh Shiesty and Big 30. He watched them get it out the mud and get rich. He also talked about another artist as well. So I think people kind of went over the entire fact and just went straight to the Durk situation. And Durk got a lot of people like outside of rap. Okay. Like people who are fans of like YB that, be on him. You know what I mean? So a lot of those people, he's inheriting some of that same energy by saying or aligning himself with Durk. Like, out of all the people that he named, Polo G, Lil Baby, Mozzie, Pooh Shiesty, Big 30, all these other, Rob 49, all of these other rappers don't have that energy of people who dislike them in a way that Lil Durk do. Even though Durk is big, Durk is in that top tier of rappers right now, but for it's just as many people who rock with Durk, you have almost the same amount of people who don't rock with him, because at the end of the day, YB got one of the biggest fan bases in hip hop as well. So, he got to understand that he's inheriting that same thing. And a lot of people looked at it like, all of a sudden, even though they said that they've been cool, even though Fredo Bang talked about his relationship with Vine prior to whatever took place, a lot of people didn't know about that. And a lot of people looked at it as these two was being opportunists and clicking up against YB. And a lot of people felt like it looked suspect. So whenever he do any type of music with Durk, anytime he is mentioning Durk in his tweets or whatever, because Durk ain't mentioning Fredo Bang in no tweets or whatever, but they two different people. But I'm just saying though, let's just keep it a stack. They looking at it like, why you mentioned this man? You talking about this man? I mean, you lightweight DK riding this man. You know what I mean? That's how they looking at it. And they gonna feel like that. And he got to understand that, when you align yourself with certain individuals, you gonna get that same energy that they getting. And like I said, after Vaughn, was up out of here and what happened to him, and all of a sudden people not knowing and just seeing you all of a sudden clicking up with Durk, doing songs together, y'all, being seen together, you tweeting about them. Of course, this is how the opposition is going to look at it. Get in the comment section, though. Let me know what y'all think about this. I'm Mighty the Ruler. Make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe, and click that notification bell so you get notified each and every time I upload new content.